Hello traders, welcome to First Bars Academy. So today the pair that we're currently looking at is GBPUSD. Now what can we identify on GBPUSD? So the first thing that we need to identify is the market environment, right? What is the trading environment that we have on GBPUSD? So on the monthly time frame, we have an accumulation, right? So we have an accumulation. So how do we identify this accumulation? We go and we take price from the highest point of this last point of supply all the way to this level, and now drag this price across. So we take this from the highest point, from the last sell, right? From the highest point to the lowest point, and then we take price across. So this way we have this level of accumulation on the monthly time frame. So this is the easiest way to identify accumulation using this rectangular box, right? So what can we see on GBPUSD? So on GBPUSD, you can see clearly that price is in a bullish environment, right? So in as much as price is still inside this accumulation on the monthly time frame, there is a whole lot of trading opportunities on the lower time frames if we can understand the um, the forces of supply and demand acting in this particular market. So now that we know that we have an accumulation, then let's see what price action we have next. So now price is accumulating, giving us a bullish price action, right? We have an impulse, we have a correction, and now we are getting another continuation back to the upside. So we have a bullish environment. So we go ahead and we identify our levels of supply and demand, right? So you know that's the next thing that we identify, the levels of supply and demand. So we have this level of supply here, and then we take this across, and we already know how to identify supply. We use our buy to sell candle. So this was the last buy to sell candle, and then once we take this across, we have our supply zone. So where is the closest demand? So the closest demand was at this level. So this was the last sell candle before this bullish move back to the upside. So this is the closest demand. And it's no coincidence that if you drag this across, you'd see that there was a whole lot of liquidities going on inside this level. So you can see you had a supply here, a supply here, had a supply here before it turned into a demand because price is currently trading above it. So currently we have a previous level of supply now turned into demand on the monthly time frame. So since we have a supply here that is currently active, right? So these other ones are no longer active, they are previous ones, so we're going to take our mind off them temporarily. So currently we have the active supply at this point. So we could see price either reject here and come back to this closest liquidity at this point, or we could see price give us a move breaking out further to the upside, giving us a nice break, retest, and then a continuation. So these are the two scenarios that we could see playing out on GBP USD. Now, if we're going to have a bullish scenario, then our target would be this level of supply. You can see this last buy to sell candle right here will be our first target, and we will also have a higher target at this point. This previous buy to sell candle at this point is another supply. Then where's the closest supply? We have another buy to sell candle at this point as well. So we have ourselves our supply zones. So if price is going to give a bullish move in the next coming years, right? So we're looking at the long-term perspective here. In the next coming months and years, if GBPUSD will be bullish, then we could see price get magnetized back to these liquidities, right? So price is always attracted to liquidities. So it's either we see price get attracted to these liquidities up here, or we could see price give us a move down here before reversing back to the upside again. So if we see price breaking all these levels back below here, then we could be looking for a retest and then a possible long-term sell on GBP USD. So far, this is the scenario that we have on the monthly. So let's go over to the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, what price action can we see? So keeping in mind the areas that we identified on the monthly time frame, we can see how price is acting in the weekly time frame. So let's take this out. So on the weekly time frame, we had a bullish liquidity at this point, right? So we had this bullish liquidity at this point. Price broke above it, came back for a retest, and then we are getting a rejection back to the upside again. So this is a bullish price action. If this level of demand holds, then we could see price giving us a move to the upside. So on the weekly time frame, where is our closest demand and where is our closest supply? So this is our closest demand on the weekly time frame, and then our closest supply is this one right here. We take this and we drag price across. So if you're going to be buying from here, right, then you're going to be getting in pretty early, and then if price will give a strong bullish move back above this level, then on the retest and rejection, you could go break even, you could go risk free, and then continue riding this trade. However, if this supply will hold, then price could still take you out at break even before reversing back to the downside again. So these are the two scenarios that could play out on the weekly time frame for GBP USD. So going further to the daily time frame, what can we see? So you can see how price reacted to this demand that was created the on the weekly time frame, right? So price gave a nice break to the upside, came back for a retest, and then rejected back to the upside again, creating a new daily demand zone again. So we know that if we are looking to buy, we are only interested in the demand zones, right? So price created a new demand, and last week closed as a bullish engulfing. So since we have a bullish engulfing in the market, so we basically have a potential to see a bullish week ahead on GBP USD. However, if price fails to create a new high, then we could see price reverse back to the downside potentially, right? So this is the scenario that we have on GBP USD. So once the week opens, I'll be monitoring price action for potential bullish trading opportunities while also keeping in mind that there is a supply ahead as well. So let me know what you think about GBP USD by typing your comments in the chat box below. And also, do not forget to like and share this with your friends. And also, follow me on TradingView so that you can get access to more educational contents, and also subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you will get more free educational content every single day. So thank you so much for watching. Stay blessed and see you on the next video.